Just testing the Reno with all the bugs. It's really difficult to fly in VR because the menu is broke. There are two workarounds, but they have their own extra set of complications that come with it. And even the new Reno planes, they're nice, they're awesome, the sound is amazing. But in VR, as you can see, I'm sitting too low and too much in the back. And of course I have my buttons here. I can sit myself higher. And let me check the other key. And I can go more to the front normally. Yeah, I don't find it exactly, but it's, okay, I see a little bit higher then, that's better. But if I go to external view, I can see the amazing plane and hear it. Go back internal, boom. I'm sitting too high, too low again. So also when you go to the menu, you change it. Every time you switch to external, internal, it's wrong again. And now it doesn't work. Which I guess is something to do with the buttons not working. Let's try that again. Nope. So there's this kinds of issue, and I have this with a lot of Reno Race planes. The sitting position is not correct for in VR, so they really, Asobo, Microsoft, if you're listening, fix the VR. You completely broke the sim in VR, and you wanted to give extra love to the VR people to implement the VR controllers and everything. Personally, I never really believed in them because there's no way you can move as fast as I can do with the mouse than the people do with the VR controls. But I also have it, I tried it. First you have to set your mouse back to not from legacy, put to lock. That will enable the Teletubby Tetris playing game controls, all the lights slide up, the hints and everything. I don't need all this, I just want the controls. But if you put it into legacy, you can't use the controllers. And if you do, you have to be like a Jedi and point like a laser with your VR controller what you want to select. Wow. It's so complicated and clumsy, and it's not accurate, and the feedback is there only I think with the G2 VR controllers. There is haptic feedback there, but not as accurate that you select the turning knob and every click that you really feel the sensation of the tactic feedback in your controller, that you know how many clicks that you are turning. So it's all Wild Western, like saber lightning game inside your cockpit. Or is it lightning saber? How's that called? A VR game called again? Lightsaber. So it's really difficult. So now it's not working. I don't know why. But the positioning, you can change it. Because I switched to a control, so maybe the recording also. Now I can sit higher again. So I don't know if the recording went okay or not. So now I'm sitting higher again. External view, internal, boom, lower again. And I have to hit the arrow keys to sit higher again. But then look at the right, the seat is in my face because I'm too much in the back. I have to be a little bit more to the front. But it's not just with this plane, it's with the P51D, the other planes as well. The sitting positioning is not correct. And it's a waste because these planes are nice. Especially the sound that you put into these planes. Now this plane is too much trimmed down. Let's trim it up. I'm trimming. I don't know if this plane has a trim wheel. Yeah, it's working. But that's a problem ever since. I have the Honeycomb Bravo throttle. I have to twist and turn that trim wheel like crazy to make it start moving the correct way. So listen to the sound, it's very nice, eh? And everybody who has DLC Reno installed and have of the same planes, they can all hear these noises. So you hear those noises, they're pretty good, eh? Okay, let's try to land. Again, yeah, with the top menu also, it's there, but you can't click any. But I did use the left control and 0 on top of the keyboard, not the numpad, keypad, to enable that. But then if you right click and you want to zoom, it doesn't work. And if you do hold the right mouse and click, you change the person of view, the positioning of view, the POV. Look, I'm sitting straight now, and if I hit space to center, no. And if you go to the menu to camera, and that's the only way to do it, is reset. Then it's back okay, but then you can't close this window again. It's stuck until you press that key combination again. I think I did it. Voila. I don't know why my throttle moved. So you see what a mess it is. There's so many things we're fighting with in VR. The VR top menu doesn't work. There are two workarounds. You have the home cockpit mode, you have to turn that on. Then you don't have to hassle with the control O button, control 0 button to enable that interaction menu on top. But then the zooming, the right click zooming, like I'm doing here, I'm right clicking, I'm not zooming anything. Why? Because I use that trick, control 0, to enable the interaction menu. But once you do that, you can't zoom anymore. And again, if you keep your right mouse and clicked, you move your point of view, of positioning of view. And then I have to go through that same menu again, reset, then it's okay again, up, and I'm like in and out some kind of a window, and it gets a higher or less priority, and I'm in another window at the moment, and I can't reach these windows from the top down menu until I click that button again. And then it's okay again, and then I can use the keys again to set my positioning. You go external view, internal boom, and it's fucked up again. Sorry my language. These little things become huge, put them all together. So quality control, I think nobody barely flew in VR testing the Reno Race, or after the sim update 7, you have to check all this. You even delayed, I think, the sim update 7, and you broke the HUD, and all these developers have to go back to the drawing board to fix their planes. Also here, Juliana International Airport at St. Martin, I have the Binjan Studios mod installed for the seasons, and also the boats. And then this airport, the grass was all pink. If I installed Binjan's portion, which is the 3D trees, and then it's broken again. Now that developer is just magnificent. It's one of the best. Just like Just Flight, they give such an amazing effort in fixing everything. But it's not that their mod is broken. You change something within the sim that breaks some kind of texture layer, something, that generated an issue with that color. It was not only here, it was 2 other airports. I think it was EGCC and another one that also showed a pink color. Now Binjang fixed this already with his version 3D3s, the 2.8A. If you go to SimMarket, he has a workaround already to solve that, because he's really listening to the community, and we can get direct communication with these people, and they first laugh at us and think, yeah, it's not my mod, look, and they go to default airport and it's working. I agree, it's working, but it's just too much have a conflict with each other after you implement Sim Update 7. So it's not just a few examples I'm mentioning here. So the positioning in the planes of the Reno Race have to be fixed. The top menu has to be fixed. And the VR controller needs some fine tuning and fixing. And if you have the chance, please use some kind of hand tracking. Some of these goggles, VR glasses, have hand tracking built in. If you would please enable that option also, so we don't have to use these VR controllers dangling on our wrists while using my Honeycomb Alpha Bravo controllers or any kind of else controllers, and then switch to the controller, which I read you can only use one. I used only one to test, but we all have two. But you can't use two at the same time, only one. So the list goes on and on and on and on. So please, I hope a lot of people log ticket at Zendesk and at the forum. We created at the forum that the VR menu is not working, and the votes are going up and up and up. Last time I looked it was 350 something, so hopefully it's already double or something, so they get noticed by you and fix it. Okay, I'm gonna do a landing here and call it a day. Because these noises are pretty amazing. They're almost, but not as good as the Hawk of Just Flight. Some of these noises are amazing. And the external now sounds when you hear these planes fly by, it's just wow. Okay, down. Flaps down. Whoops. Oh. Nope. That's a bad landing. Bad way of ending this stream. And then the cheat button, those work. That was all on me. But I do think the shock absorbers have to catch that a little bit more. Whoa, traffic. They do see. But this traffic on the airport needs to be calmed down. Alright. That's it. Thanks for watching. If you like it, please like and subscribe. And we're all the community. I have to thank the entire community. Thank you all over at the VR Flight Sim Guy Discord group, Jose, the VR Pilot Facebook group, and a lot more. Bijan, the studio guy who fixed his mods with the 3D trees, and Just Flight. They just released all their planes with an update, and after Sim Update 7 they had to go back to the drawing board and fix it. DC Designs is still fixing. They found the issues, but they're working on it around the clock to get their huts back up and running. for the F-15, the F-14 Tomcat and so on, and the new projects they're working on, the F-35 stealth F-35 stealth jet plane and many others. They are fixing it, fixing. So I think the period, if they even did get the chance to enter the beta to test their planes and everything, it was way too closed up, I think, and also way too short in time. I know you have to meet up deadlines, but you release it way too soon. I think I'm not speaking only for myself, but also the community and every VR flight sim enthusiast. Please, before you release, do more quality control and check it. Every plane, sit a VR enthusiast in it and let him or her check it out, because it's not working. And also, please, all these nice planes, if a future update would be nice, you can open the canopies because it's not working. That's it. Gonna shut this plane down. Also, the menu, the logbook that doesn't show up anymore, that option, I turned that off, which I love and adore, but there's still a pop-up coming once you turn it off. If I turn off the plane, that is. Yeah, I have to kill the engine. Doesn't go in my honeycomb. It's off. Yeah, the zooming doesn't work. Well, I turn it off. You see the flash? That was the menu popping up, so that also needs to be removed completely. I don't want to see a flash, anything. I just don't want this logbook popping up. I think the workaround that you make the pop-up still come and then you do auto exit or something, and that's why it still shows. So please, if there's any kind of way to really get rid of it, just get rid of it. Thank you so much for listening. That's it. And also, one more note, DirectX 12, I know it shows beta at the end, but it's showing, it does not function at all, especially in VR. The frame rate hit is too big. The frame rate times, which is the response time for the frames and everything, is just like double digits, which makes it really stutter. Even if you have awesome hardware. I have the fastest computer in the world with CPU mined, GPU not yet, but I'm planning to get it because I need it. That's for sure and obvious, but please, DirectX 12, it's nice to implement it, it's a start, work hard on it, and especially look and focus also on the VR aspect of things, because it makes such a huge difference. We need it. We need it in our lives during COVID and after COVID, when it's all safe and everybody is vaccinated 2, 3, 4 times. We're gonna get through it. And I'm still gonna enjoy this sim a lot. But please, get this VR the top menu, this needs to be fixed as soon as possible. That's a big no at the moment. It's a terrible disaster that you can't use that. And I really don't know how this can have passed quality control. Anybody who just did one flight, that's one of the first things is that you drop down that menu to go and talk to ATC, change the weather, because sometimes you choose an airport on the other side of the planet and you forget to change the time at the world map, and then you're in your plane in the pitch dark, and we don't have all OLED VR screens or the Vario Arrow that has night vision goggles that works perfectly. So we get too much god rays, and we need to change the time from night to day so we can see something. But it's not possible because we can't reach and click on the top menu unless we have found that workaround. Please, pretty please switch ears on